Today I want to show you the most creative websites I've seen in a while. And before you jump on and say, well, but this is not really useful, this will not convert, how does this look on mobile? I want to tell you and I want to remind you, our work as designers is to help our clients stand out and tell stories in unique ways. And a lot of creativity I think is lost recently in web design. And today I want to show you stuff that just thinks completely different. Let's get right into it. The first website is Shopify Edition, which basically talks about features that they're working on and releasing lately. Now, this looks boring because this is the boring edition of these updates. But right here on the left, you can switch this to a non-boring version. And if I click this, this would basically bring in a TV with a remote and some video ads, very funny, just basically talking to us about their updates. And they're basically, I can go ahead and switch channels. Each channel is actually telling us about a feature from Shopify. This is brilliant. I think this is crazy. They probably used AI to create these, and you can actually sync your mobile to use as a remote. This is just so fun, so creative. Like, in general, who wants to hear about updates from a software company? Nobody. But when you make this entertaining and so beautiful and engaging, people actually want to hear what they have to say. I think this is really, really brilliant work. The second website I want to show you is this Tokyo. So this is basically a brand of eyewear. Now, who wants to look at catalog of eyewear? Maybe not a lot of people, but they found an interesting way to do this. They took a cool photographer, they send them to Japan to put the sunglasses on cool people he finds on the street and tell the stories of the people. And then you actually see cool people with the sunglasses, but it's real people. It's not like models. And they've basically created a magazine-looking website that tells stories of cool Japanese people, like this grandmother who is selling tobacco stuff. Or I think this is such a cool way. Again, they're moving away from the boring catalog, let's see another e-commerce store, and find a way to tell stories that look really, really cool and create really great brand work for this eyewear brand. And I think this is super, super cool. The layout is cool, looks very, very Japanese. Obviously, the photography is amazing, but also the layout is very, very creative here. Quick break. I just want to tell you, if you want to learn how to build these kinds of creative websites, be sure to check out our Webflow Masterclass. Webflow is the most creative tool to enable you to do really creative web design work. So definitely check out the link below the video. Let's move to the third website. So this is Rod. It's basically a company that puts sensors to help map weather. Now, this starts off as a beautiful website, like maybe stuff that we've seen before, where they're using these kind of vector animations, probably something like Lottie, as you're scrolling to show you basically where they're putting some of these sensors. They're using the visual language of maps, so topographic maps. And as you're scrolling, you're also seeing this turning into data. But what I really loved about this is how they mix this language of, little diagrams with actual videos. So now they're trying to give you the context. You can put the sensors to, learn about hurricanes and then about floodings. Now, the beautiful thing here is that you've got these elements in Parallax moving on top of videos, and the videos are fading into each other as you're scrolling. And I think I've never seen these kind of like very nicely integrated videos as you're scrolling. It's not images that are changing, it's actually videos. I think this is a really, really nice way to tell the stories and help you feel what this company does for you. It could be very, very boring, sensors and information, but they've made this really, really beautiful by telling the stories and help you feel what they're doing. Next, I want to show you this website of a creative agency. Now, we've seen tons of portfolios, and this company wanted to show that they're doing stuff differently. So when you're getting into the website, you've got this basically all kinds of experiments like this one that are changing with the time, and it's very, very playful, right? So this is kind of like a crossword, like you and I can try to write here, we bring something into existence. So this is create, I guess. Oh, I got this wrong. So this is a really fun and engaging experience. And then when you can keep playing, they've created a lot of creative experiments here for you to play around with. You can always go here and get the more regular portfolio of an agency. But the fact that they're showing you, hey, besides that stuff, beside portfolio, look at how creative we are. We can create creative work like this for you. We can think outside of the box. It tells a story of who they are. And I think this is very, very cool and out of the box portfolio. Last website that I want to show you for today is from Stripe, which is the payment processes. And they've created this website to basically track during the Black Friday promo that just happened over the end of November, which is usually the biggest sales event of the year. They've created this machine to basically shows you the sales data live, and you can see here numbers. Now the sale is over, so the numbers are not changing, but basically you can click this number, total transactions, and they've created this old school looking machine, right? In this guidebook that basically tells you what these metrics are. So you can learn about transactions, you can learn about sales, and the whole creative idea is taking from this old school machinery and design of old school guidebooks. I think this is really, really cool. Again, we've seen tons of websites that shows you big numbers and that, shows you data. How do you make data engaging? How do you make this beautiful? You create this fake looking machine and combine it with an old school kind of like guidebook to teach you about these, what Stripe is doing and how Stripe is helping to facilitate sales all over the world. I think this is really, really beautiful work from the Stripe team. That's it. I hope that inspired you to think a little bit outside of the box. Yes, sometimes we need to use the safe converting UI and patterns and design, but sometimes we want to tell stories and break the mold. And that's what makes web design so fun. Hope to see you with us on the next video. See you.